See your head right now. You are the place, my only hope. Yeah, just like the flowers that blew and fall to be over and over again. Well, I'm barely breathing and breathing to that ground. But each and every time we all stand up. Stop lying to yourself and me. True to yourself and that might be. We forget exist destiny. So let's shout it out. You might feel alone, but I'm right by your side. Yeah, just like the flowers that bloom and fall to be over and over again. Keep the flame alive. I want to see you here right now. You are the place, my only home. I know, I know, I know. Yeah, we can one day. We spread like flowers in the sky. No matter where I'm by your side. I know, I know, I know. You and I, let's fly the soul that we're together. Can't feel my habit, so take my hand to do tomorrow. The crowd that can let it be, you give me strength and give me play. To take the darkness, let's fly, yeah, I'll live up. Sparks just like Hibana. Light up like Hibana.
I hate camping out.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
You backing down! Steel! This freaking gun mine! Blow away! This one's mine! Eat this!
My second.
Eat this! Oh, it's you!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Eat this! Oh, it's you! Swallow blade! Power blast!
One at a time. Steering. Now. Astral energy.
Say no more!
Well done.
Rising light!
I never miss. Raging
Oh, it's you! Rising light!
Do it.
You're done!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
save you! First strike! You're done!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Got fires!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours! I'm on it! First strike!
Here's a raging storm.
Big blast! Steel! Big blast! Go away! Big blast! I'm on it!
We're in the home stretch, guys.
What she said? Eyes on the prize.
That focus goes double for you, Long.
Me? How come I get singled out?
I'll run you through! I'm on it! I'll run you through! Be still! That's enough! Rising Falcon! I'm on it! I'll end you!
Freeze Lancer.
Not today! I'm on it! I'll end you! Swallow blade! Infernal Fang Blast!
Thank goodness we won.
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
The enemy wields Arch too.
We'll soon see about that. Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? We're in the home stretch, guys.
What she said?
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Man, I'm famished.
The astral energy is surging around me.
How do you even know about all that astrally stuff?
Same way I know what you do in the middle of the night.
What? Are you serious?
Gotta break through! I'm on it! I'll run you through! Rising
Thunderbolt!
Go away!
Freeze Lancer!
Eat this! Eat this! You're done! Rising Wyvern! Amarga! You're on it! You're done!
Freeze
You're on it!
The enemy's arc to me!
That's the power of Milky Way here!
Big blast! This one's mine!
Freeze
First
Lancer!
strike! I'll run you through! Eat this! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more
Do it! Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Brilliant slap! Eternal devastation! Bang blast!
I can feel my precision improving.
cloud.
Dance in the wind!
You picked the wrong fight!
That's my cue!
I
Shut him
carved
down.
through armor.
Severing wind!
First strike.
Raging
mine.
Alright, it's
Far
time!
enough.
Miran! Dragon form!
I'll run you. Right here. I got you. Take this. Tiger Blade.
Pierce through! Finish this!
Get toasty!
Burn strike.
Lightning condemned!
This one's mine.
Rising Wyvern!
I'm on it.
You're Rising Falcon!
This one's mine. This. Take this. First strike. Tiger
Now.
Blade.
Pierce!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Oh yeah? Think you could beat me at arm wrestling?
When have I not beaten you?
Right. I'll just go on ahead then.
Gotta break through!
First strike. Don't worry. I've got Where's the shot? Blow away.
This one's mine! My lightning condemned!
I felt fine not too long ago.
Easter!
I'm ready to go. I'm on it. I'll end you.
Rising
Eat
Wyvern!
this. I'll run you
Not
through.
in your dreams!
Pierce through!
Make it rain. Kisara, I'll stop your movement. And I'll stop your life. And done. Let's keep up the pace. Good shot. I'll run you through.
That's it.
Eat this. Anything in armor is all mine.
Demon Fang!
Blah, blah, blah.
Demon Fang!
Eat this. I'll end
Demon
you.
Fang!
Guardian Field. What a relief.
Raging storm!
Primed and ready.
It's
Big
showtime!
Where are you going? This one's unhandled. Eat Tiger Blade. Catch it out of this.
Lightning
Now,
down!
Gio.
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble. Going denied.
I've used a bit too much healing.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh?
Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Elde Menancia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
finally made it.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Through!
Going in! Thunder Blade!
This one's mine!
Turbo Demon Fang!
Tiger Blade!
Demon Fang!
Chinese Supernova! Purge Malevolence! Arctic Waterfall!
Pesky. Air... Or scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Magic Advance! Tidal Blade!
I'm done. I won't fight just for the sake of it.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
This realm doesn't seem like such a bad place to camp in.
Yeah, there's lots of plants and wildlife here.
I know, and it all looks freaking delicious too!
Who said anything about eating them?
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow! Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, One becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Dahnans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
Good night, everyone. All right, guys. Ready to go?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Little help!
I'm on it!
Shoot this one,
Rising Wyvern!
Freeze, Lancer!
Blow away!
Go in!
Fluid Stick! Sword Rain Alpha!
Blow
away! Rain Steel!
The earth
Blah, blah,
throbs
blah,
in pain.
that's in here!
Got fire!
Unstopping! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
I can carve through
Raging Storm! Eat that! Hey! Oh,
Triple Demon Fang!
Watch your back!
Eat nature ray!
Oh, it's you! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Take this!
Raging Storm!
This one,
These fists have got your name on them!
Long flight!
Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind!
This one's
Air thrust! Let
You're
the
on!
marksman handle it!
Looking good out there.
Just getting started!
That's the spirit. Take no prisoners.
I'm on it!
That's right!
Be
It's
still!
showtime!
Rising Falcon!
I'll run you through!
Dance in the wind!
Here I come! One more! Start up! I'm on Rising Falcon!
nature ray! Chikara, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Like we're gonna lose to Small Fry.
Out of my way!
Going in! Rising Wyvern!
Time
First shot!
Oh, it's
Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind!
Lunar Rider!
Let's go in!
You're mine!
Blow away!
This one!
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rider! Sia, can you take care of them?
Assembly's done!
Blind! Finish this!
Light Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Good to know my training is paying off.
waterborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Ready up! Armor won't save you!
Demon Fang!
I'm gone! I'll run you through!
Thunder Field!
Another one?
An Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
I'm on it!
Tiger Blade!
Take this!
I'm on it! You're done!
Lightning Condemn!
This one's mine!
Eat this!
I think the enemy's getting desperate.
Got them where we lost them.
Don't take your hands up.
Here!
The heavens must be smiling.
Gotta break through!
First strike!
I'll run you through!
Rising Weapon!
Where are you going?
You're on!
Eat this!
Photon
Piercing
Blast!
Strike! I'll end you!
Take this!
I'm on it!
Take this!
Tiger Blade! I'm like bait to them!
Let the marksman handle this!
Tiger Blade!
Arctic Waterfall!
Blow away!
Freeze Blade!
Steel!
Rising Weapon!
Blow away!
Ready to go! I'm gone!
Not in your dreams!
One more!
You're enthralled.
Tiger Blade!
I'm not
Power
done!
Malevolence!
I'm
Arctic
done.
Waterfall!
You're done.
Freeze
Ready and
Blade!
ready.
Let's get you all tucked away!
Look sharp!
Raging Storm! War without end drop!
I'm on it!
Go get
I'll
her!
run you through! Armor won't save you!
I got you!
Rising
Eat
Falcon!
this! I'll
Far
end you!
enough!
Enough!
Dance in the wind!
This one's
Sweet
mine!
world!
Sovereign Alpha!
I'll run you through!
Blew away!
Lightning Condemn!
Rising Weapon!
One more time!
Try harder!
Eat this!
You're going in!
Eat dirt!
Get him! No complaints from me.
There.
Do my best!
First strike! I'll end you! I'm on it! We're done!
Tiger Blade!
Can't get out of this! I'm on it! I'll end you!
Okay, here I go!
Leave the enemy's arts to me!
It does it! No complaints here!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over.
Who said anything about letting off?
Great!
Take this!
Falcon! Astral Energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well done!
This one's
Don't
mine!
mind if I do!
Take it!
Tiger Blade!
This one's mine!
On guard!
Eat the pig!
Now!
Run well! Demons descend! Flashing bang! With my comrades, I'm unstoppable.
And what about without them?
More stoppable?